who are you sharing this personal data with? What these entities are actually going to do with your personal data? All these will help taking more ownership and control about the safety of the data of the users.
Hi, welcome to GMT8. Today we have the proponomist, Dr. Daniele Gambero. And as you can tell, he is actually Italian, but he considers himself Malaysian, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and he's also the author of Malaysia Propenomy.
Yep.
And not only that, he is also the group CEO and co-founder of REI Group of Companies and Propenomy, and as well as, let me see right here, right? The Malaysia PropTech Association, right? So he's very much, he's the president of the Malaysia PropTech Association, and he's very much at the cutting edge of property and technology, essentially, right?
That's correct. We are bringing some digital sense in the property market.
Yeah. And Doctor, you have a huge list of accolades. I'm sure, if people look you up, they will be very, very impressed, right? So, perhaps you could share with us, right? How did you start your journey in property? Because you're looking at your list of credentials and accolades is like, wow, this is very, very deep. You are really into property.
It started, property is part of my DNA, kind of. It started late 70s when I was still in Europe studying my first university degree in Italy, in Milano. And my father's above all, the father of a baby boomer. At that time, brick was everything. You must purchase a property. They started, the parents at that time, they were pushing this idea in the brain of kids since when they were 3 or 4 years old. The most common game that we had at that time, no handphone, no nothing, Monopoly. So after that, I moved to US. I moved to US to further my study and to explore opportunities. And I met a very interesting guy in Detroit. I was studying in Michigan, at the University of Michigan, and I met a property developer in Detroit. At that time, Detroit was very similar to a war field, basically, because big industries between the end of the 70s and early 80s were closing down everywhere in US, kind of re-engineering. US at that time was going through the end of the Industrial Revolution 3.0 and start thinking already into the Industrial Revolution 4.0. So what they did at that time, these gentlemen start, point one, inspiring me on how to come in with my book, Propenomy, why Propenomy, from where Propenomy, by teaching me his way of looking at property development. And since then, I've been keep on studying and deepening my knowledge in property development, and above all, in the demand that should drive property development. I applied it in Detroit, Chicago, and other United States areas for about 7 years. Then from there I moved in Central America, Mexico, Colombia, and other places there. Again, as a consultant of property developers. Brazil, Argentina for another 2.5 years. Then I came back to Europe, still in property and partially taking care of my family business. That was something totally different, nothing to do with property. And then late 90s, I finally landed here in Malaysia. And since then, my route in the Malaysian soil has been deepening and deepening. Till the extent that nowadays, my friends are calling me the Malaysian with an Italian passport.
Yes, the
or
Malaysian
Masale.
Matsale, right? We definitely welcome you as part of our Malaysian family and community.
Yeah.
Right. And so you've traveled across different continents, worked in different continents, observing the different markets. Right. Which markets has really excited you the most throughout your entire journey?
Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia, when I came in November 1998, I spent about 6 months traveling around Southeast Asia. That was one of the areas with China and Asia Pacific, so to say, was one of the areas that I've been traveling through and living in the less in the past. So in 1998, I decided to do a kind of a study tour in this area. And I've been seeing right after the financial crisis, 1998, and I've been seeing so many opportunity, health, growth trend, willingness of people in sharing, in learning, in understanding different ways of looking at business, opportunities basically all around me. I've been spending several weeks in most of the ASEAN states. I spent about 1 month in China, South Korea, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and at the end I just set my pointer, my compass over to Malaysia.
Wow. So it's interesting how you mentioned that in the aftermath of the Asian crisis, you saw opportunity.
Oh yeah. I was born positive.
and that's good. So you've been in the Malaysian market close to almost 2 decades.
2.5.
25. Oh, 25. Yeah, yes. Right.
2 months, 2 more months will be the 25th birthday of my staying over.
Wow, a quarter of a century in the Malaysian market, right? So being in the Malaysian property market for this long, you've seen all of the different cycles, right? In the current cycle that we are in 2023, right? What are the threats and opportunities that you see at the moment?
Well, there are different market, different demand, and of course different opportunities. From a commercial real estate point of view, I would say a lot of attention has to be placed into looking in new office space. There is a huge offering all around Malaysia. One thing that is happening now is the aging time of the old office building, where new office tower are coming towards delivery time and get occupied quite well. Point is, not by new business or by new incomer into the market, but by established businesses looking for a more modern IR 4.0 and digital transformation, pre-wired building, smart building, more efficient in terms of energy consumption, insulation, and much more. So there is this shift in the market which will leave somehow plenty of commercial building, old one, unoccupied, and we need to probably start thinking about what to do about them. The residential market, I have been, my passion all my life has been focusing on the affordable housing segment, top to the side of the B40, bottom to the side of the M40. Not very much. I've never been very much attracted by the high-end properties, even though good product, nothing to do with the product, is very personal. One of my aspirations is to be able to give a home to everyone who needs it.
Wow.
In one way or the other.
Wow.
So Propenomy is also part of the realization of the dream somehow.
Yeah. And where did the seeds of this dream start?
It came in slowly. I'm sure you are aware, United States are a market with millions of homeless people. My Kampong, Milano, in Italy. I'm Italian, by the way. I still hold the passport. My Kampong, Milano, nighttime has an army of several 100,000 homeless that are occupying underground station, train station, bus station. You know, Italy is a four-season country. For about 6 months in a year, you can't simply lay down in a park and sleep like here, kind of. All right, there it's cold. It's damn freaking cold at night. We go below 10, below 15. So people die at that type of temperature. So there have been a lot of organization trying to help. But since then, I was trying to understand where the root of the issue is. And here in Asia, I've been keep on working on it with government agencies, with property developers, willing to look seriously in this issue. And I've been working for several of them. Currently, I'm doing quite a huge project for the state of Sarawak on affordable housing, trying to rethink the model more from a service type point of view than a property point of view. Property is part of a package of services that government and private players should be delivering to the top decile of the B40 and the two bottom decile of the M40. Why service? Because the challenge nowadays, in my view, is no more the affordable housing, but the incapacity to purchase an affordable home due to low wages. 2-3 days ago, I was in Putrajaya for a session with the Deputy Minister of Finance 2, YB Stephen, can't remember the full name, and one of the points that he brought up was Malaysia is stuck at $11,000 plus per year as income, average income, compared to Singapore, which is, if I'm not wrong, above 40,000. Now, what is Malaysia? Malaysia is an almost fully developed country, right? We are beyond all our neighbors. What happened to our income? Where is the issue? Should we raise wages, try to increase productivity, reskill, upskill the existing workforce to enable these people, top to decile and bottom to decile, to purchase a house? Because the house value cannot be compressed, the house cost, unless you want to build up a paper house, which doesn't make sense. Cannot be compressed too much. We are already beyond the limit. All right. So that is what has been attracting me. Trying to give a service to communities all around the world. And this new model that I've been working on for the past many years has been presented finally in London in February this year, and has been really receiving a huge welcome with interest raised by different countries, ministries of different countries, South Africa, Czech Republic, and more, asking, okay, please come and see us and discuss how we can implement this solution. So the idea is really satisfy one of the very basic needs of humans, having a proper roof above your head. That's what has been inspiring.
Wow. So within the Malaysian context, right? You mentioned about the low wages being one of the major contributing factors. So if there was one lever that you could just switch, right? What lever would that be that would make all the difference to elevate the most of the population in terms of wages?
Well, wages are increasing mostly in a moment in which there is an increase in productivity. The challenge here is not the wage. the challenge in the market in this moment is low productivity, right? How to enhance this? And the Malaysian government, salute to him, is doing really very good things through digital transformation. We need to bring the local economy to become a fully enabled digital economy. IR 4.0 is only one of the components. Digital transformation is another one of the components. The big hat on this is called ESG and SDG. Enabling the lower income group to start having a more easy vertical mobility. All right. In this moment, because of land cost, because of building cost, because of many different reasons, these low-income groups are pushed towards suburban areas. And they need to drive probably 30, 40, 50 kilometers 2 ways every day to come to work and go back home. Where do they find time to actually go for additional source of income, even though they want to? How do they find the time to maybe study coding or study any other programming language or try to find a proper direction within this digital transformation package that is available in the market? The government in Malaysia is really giving huge helps under all different segments and sectors and industries. It's only matter to enable these people in having the willingness first, which means education of the low-income group, the tools where government can come in and subsidize tools more than homes, enabling this multiplicator of income, which will bring them to rise vertically in the hierarchy of income. That is how, in few words, how the whole things should be looked at. And is personally, at least, is something that is very, very close to my heart, and I'm very, very passionate about being able one day to say, okay, it works. Yeah. And it can be applied anywhere in the world.
So I love your approach in terms of empowering people with the knowledge, right? Rather than just giving handouts, for example.
Doesn't work.
Yeah. It's not sustainable. And so with you yourself, you also do conduct your own trainings as well. You do mentor students and people.
Yeah, more than training, real training. I am always available for a mentoring discussion, so to say. You throw me a problem, I help you to look at it as a challenge, and together we look at ways of winning the challenge, kind of. So that is what I've been doing for years, and I'm really very, very willing to keep on doing. Future Lab established, I think, in 2017 or 2018, when a friend told me, oh, there is this platform you should be interested in, I just, same day, same moment, look at it, find it, and jump on board. So it's definitely good to have people willing to learn more. And for what is related to property, I have plenty of educational video online, trying to make education fun, kind of, but bringing people to understand the basic pillars. I've been giving a few classes of Propenomy, but at the end of those, I am not a property guru. I'm not one of those master, good and bad one. No name, no mention of anyone. But there are very good masters and very bad masters. Those are more directed towards property investors. I am more talking about young people, trying to give them some direction, not only in property, but in property and in business. What are the available options for them, kind of. So I'm not going to charge any fee for this masterclass, so to say. And of course, I try to get them happen when available and when free. Yeah. Which doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, and people can access your videos on what platform?
YouTube.
Mostly on YouTube. All right.
YouTube, okay. And a lot. My favorite platform is LinkedIn.
Okay.
Since several years, I've been very consistently posting there about property, about my views on property, on Malaysia, on Southeast Asia, PropTech recently, and so on.
Okay. So you mentioned that you mentor and teach a lot on the young people, right? Is there such a thing as you're too young to learn about property?
No. No. There is no limit age, neither down, neither up. I remember, when was it? I think it was after one of my talks in Sarawak. A 15 years old, 14 years old kid approached me, and his father was with him, and this kid asked me extremely relevant questions. And I say, wow, thumbs up to you. I give him one of my books. I say, you reading into it, this is my handphone number. Any doubt you have, you WhatsApp me. So there is really no limit, any sort of limit.
Yeah. And what would you say would be the key fundamentals, right, that people will need to master when it comes to entering into the property arena or really understanding property?
Well, understanding the property means understanding where property are coming from. And property are coming from a demand for property. So the very first basic thing, you make sure you buy a property which is in high demand. All right? Don't go and buy cheap property, because normally cheap property are not the one in high demand. Are a bit external, not easy access, with not many amenities around. So a bit difficult to see a capital value, a capital gain coming in. There are a few choices that you have to consider. Point one, are you buying to live in or are you buying as an investment? And if you are buying for an investment, are you buying for a capital gain or long-term gain, or are you buying for a ROI, return on investment, even longer time gain? My golden rule is property is not cash, it's not shares, it's not commodity, something that you can dispose in 1 minute with one phone call. No, it doesn't happen. So feet on the ground, buy what you can afford, hold it as long as you want, till the moment in which you can see the opportunity of a new property coming up in a different area. You sell the old one and buy the new one. Do not be emotional. Okay, you think with this, you're
going to get yourself burnt.
Big issue. Property developers are mastering the art of awakening emotions.
Yeah, and I do see that you're also into the marketing aspect of a property as well, right? So, we definitely can cover a bit more on that, but for now, we are going to take a quick short break, and when we come back, we'll talk about marketing and property. We'll dig deeper into SDG and ESG as well, and look more within the context of the Malaysian property market and potentially global market as well. Okay,
absolutely.
So stay tuned.
Groove Asia, the world's #1 digital marketing software platform and fastest growing entrepreneurship community, is now free for life. Your complete digital products and services online sales system. All the tools you want to run your internet business. Everything you need to sell products and services online. No credit card, zero fees. It's just free. Discover the new better way to start an online business, build websites, and sell digital products. Create a full website with unlimited products and funnels with free hosting, subdomain, and custom domain capability. And with more integrations so you can automate your business. It's truly the last online sales system you will ever need. Save thousands a month with free lifetime access to the top most powerful apps in the industry, including the #1 leading page and funnel building platform in the world with thousands of brand new members making a switch over every single day. Plus, get free access to our private community, free live training, and free affiliate marketing business opportunity. Discover how to get started for free, secure your free lifetime membership today, and access your free software, training, and bonuses right now. Free for a limited time, only at grooveasia.ca.
Okay, welcome back. So, Doctor, so one of the things that you're very much into is PropTech, right? So when it comes to technology in property, right, what are the key areas that property developers and eventually it trickles down to the buyers can benefit from when it comes to PropTech?
Well, PropTech is technology in property, and is a kind of an old ecosystem. The very first wave of PropTech started in the 80s, when the first personal computer is, again, everything in the history of PropTech is linked to digital transformation triggers. First, a personal computer made available. Second, internet, online internet for everyone. Then Wi-Fi came in, mobile devices, and whatever we have today, from ChatGPT to blockchain and so on. So those are technological triggers which have been bringing technology. Technology allows what? Technology basically allows speed of analysis in data, collection of data, and their analysis done in a very fast and perfect manner. Allows cost saving to the property developers, which somehow are partially turnable to the purchaser. For the purchaser, what PropTech offer are solutions that are easing the burden of renting, of selling, of renovating homes for commercial building. PropTech is helping in managing them in a fully digitalized manner. And the Malaysia PropTech Association, established in 2017, has been growing tremendously in the last few years, up to more than 110 members currently, and as a proud reference point in ASEAN for PropTech. That means other countries are looking at us, what we are doing, how we are doing things. They're getting in touch with us. There is an exchange of ideas, exchange of businesses, cooperation, integration, and so on. Fundamentally, digitalization brings transparency, build trust, good governance, and allows a very straightforward relationship between all the stakeholders in the market, with the main stakeholder, which is the user or the purchaser, being more well protected, I would say. So that is in a nutshell what the PropTech does. And PropTech is everywhere. It's not only the online portal, the big brand, Property Guru, iProperty, and so on. No, that is only one of the different verticals. We are in planning of property, we are in construction of property, we are in transaction, primary and secondary, and in management.
Okay. Yeah. So it goes across the entire vertical in terms of its impact.
Yeah.
So it's making sense of all of this big data, as they say, to make it understandable and people can make effective decisions out of it, right? So let's look more into the micro level in terms of PropTech for the individual, right, or even offices, right? As people embrace more of technology, everything starts going online. Is there also that concern of security and privacy? Because as we know, once you hook things up into the internet, then you're opening up a world of vulnerability.
Yeah, definitely one of the main concern and one of the area getting the highest attention by all stakeholders, again, provider of the service, developers of the service, and user of the digital service, is security of personal data information, valuable information every time we pay. Nowadays, I keep on laughing because I think I have less than 6 ringgit in my wallet, cash. Touch and go, Grab Pay or Starbucks Pay or just a QR code, and no need any cash any longer, and everything is done online. Same happens in property. Thanks God, there are international standards about cybersecurity. There are protections. There are safe rules to be applied to secure your personal data and the important information. Unfortunately, there is also that part of the web called the dark web, which is real, unfortunately, and where hackers are having big fun of us. So the suggestion that I can give, and we always look and discuss about it within the PropTech Association, is implement as many as possible cyber security tools, not the simple firewall, and not the usual change of a password, frequent change of a password. You have to regularize habits in how you handle your personal data. Who are you sharing this personal data with? What these entities are actually going to do with your personal data? All these will help taking more ownership and control about the safety of the data of the users. Again, with the big question mark of till which extent the hackers will be able to. one of the big hoo-ha in the market, hot topic in the market for a few years now, blockchain. Blockchain is a perfect tool to protect data. I'm not saying is totally unhackable, but it's definitely very difficult to be hacked. And once my data are into a blockchain infrastructure, I am pretty much safe that no one can touch, and if someone want to touch, I will know who and why. So it gives me the comfort of moving forward. Again, digitalization means real-time information. You are not going to discover in 1 month that someone has been entering your vault. You know it now.
And that's the transparency aspect that you mentioned, right? So, and also one of the big news, at least from the US, in Las Vegas, MGM, and all other properties. I don't recall whether it's Caesars or whatever. They got hacked, right? So it was a major news. People were not able to go into the hotel rooms, and then basically their slots were all down, and then they were held for ransom, right? So with property, with property developers like them, who have hundreds of millions, billions of dollars, and they still get hacked. What are the chances for the little guy out there, right? I think that's a huge concern.
Well, but sometimes it's much better to remain a little guy. The small Nemo going around the oceans, no one notices you. No one comes and disturb you. Don't show off. Don't show off. If I can give a suggestion, don't show off, even though you have a lot.
Otherwise
keep
you
it
paint
by
a
yourself.
big...
Otherwise you might becoming victim of a ransom in exchange of a hack. They hack your hard drive and tells you want to access? Pay. This is my crypto wallet. Send there 100 bitcoins or 500 bitcoins or 10,000 bitcoins. At the end of the day, even super safe systems, security agencies around the world have been hacked.
It's a constant battle, right? I mean, as long as you have something valuable enough to attract people's attention, then there will be people targeting you eventually.
It's part and parcel of digital transformation. So it's something that we have to learn how to live with.
So with the current development in AI technology, right? How is it shaping the PropTech segment?
Well, AI has been, how can I explain? Acting like a hurricane in the last 12 months. I'm sure you have a ChatGPT account.
Yep.
I do. And I have endless discussion with AI. Very interesting. I am amazed. What is the superpower of AI? The, how can I say, elaboration time. The time needed to give you replies based on data that have been preloaded in AI. Now, one of the big discussion is give accessibility of internet to AI, right? I'm sure you have been seeing Terminator, right?
Yes.
We don't want to go there. But responsible use of AI is definitely bringing is opening unbelievable doors of further opportunities, based again on the speed of elaboration, the speed of analyzing data and extrapolating information according to what is your question. When I talk about the responsible use of AI is not here to substitute humans. Should be looked at as the ultimate contribution to make the work of human easier, faster, more qualitative, and more productive. What we were saying about at the beginning. So AI is reshaping not only PropTech, is reshaping the world. You can have images and videos done by AI in a matter of seconds. As I'm telling you, I have very interesting discussion. I'm using ChatGPT more as my private discussion room. I throw questions. I debate with AI, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Very interesting and fun. And very often, good ideas are coming up at the end. So use it as a tool to keep on producing your own product, content, ideas, articles, captions for your social media, coding for your programs. You are still the main brain. Don't let AI become the main brain.
Yes, and then that's the part. I think as we venture into the world of AI, it gets into the hands of more and more people. I believe that there will be two significant segments, right? There will be one segment who will entirely rely on AI to do the thinking. It's like, okay, whatever AI shares to them, it's like that word is law. Then you will have the other segments who are critical thinkers, who actually know how to think, and they will maximize the use of AI, right? So
yeah, you're absolutely right. Back in 2019, the World Economic Forum has been publishing a report on job of the future, saying that because of technological advancing, more than 70 million jobs were going to disappear in the next 3 to 4 years. But 158 million new jobs for new skills would have been appearing. Is a nice proportion somehow.
Yeah.
Reskilling is a bit the password for the one that want to keep on being relevant in the digital era somehow.
And what would you say is the window where every single country, right, is facing this AI revolution? What is the window that each country has to be able to reskill their population fast enough in order to not cause significant chaos in the economy, and then, of course, in the stability of the population?
Well, that's a good question, and is a very difficult to be answered question. Technically, it should be tomorrow, but we know it's not possible. Is a matter of relooking at workforce through the eyes of digital transformation and find a place for everyone where, when we talk about reskilling, I'm not saying that a farmer needs to learn how to code. All right? A farmer, come on, I want to have fresh lettuce every week. Mm-hmm. So farmer better for him to be there. All right, and there are other jobs that are in very high demand. Remember, one of our members was laughing. I am paying per hour the plumber 3 times more of what I'm paying the best of my coders because there are no plumbers around.
Yep. Supply and demand. Yeah.
So it's all matter to understand, to look into seriously which job will be totally taken over by AI and what the skill known in that specific job will allow the person to reskill, to study for a short period of time a new skill, a new passion, and move towards that direction. One of the biggest opportunities that have been offered to everyone through the pandemic, leveraging on e-commerce. People don't understand that skill is not only what you do for work. Skill is also what you do for passion. My hobby. I like cooking. All right? The day in which I will not be any longer relevant in this AI-controlled type of age, well, I can keep on cooking my carbonara and who knows, maybe go online and do a takeaway type of service. If you know where I come from, right?
Yeah, and so, I'm looking forward to the day where I'll be able to watch videos of you cooking your carbonara the authentic way, okay? Not with all of those extra cream.
Well, I did also, because my wife is local, so I did a lot of fusion. I do very funny aglio olio with curry leaves. Or I cook pasta with bitter gourd and fermented beans. Wow. Very creative Malaysian Italian cooking.
Oh, yeah. Well, one day we have to taste it, right?
Anytime.
So being able to integrate into the Malaysian culture, how has that journey been for you? And of course, finding your love over here.
Yeah. Which is what has been actually attracting me. And I'm glad you didn't ask the 1,000,001 time question today. Why did you choose Malaysia? So I'm telling you, Malaysia to me is, besides being a beautiful country, and Malaysians are absolutely thumbs up. I mean, fantastic. Diverse in terms of races, cultures, habits, but modern, with a very strong infrastructure. I am very shy in saying this, and I hope no one from the public will throw tomato to me, virtual tomato to me. But my managing of Bahasa is very bad. Because I never had to use it for 25 years. Yeah. I always found very, very easy. I've been a speaker for property for the past 13 years with a medium and big crowd in front of me, always never having a problem with English. Financially wise, Bank Negara has been always a very strong arm protecting the financials of the country. Plus or minus, politicians have been driving the growth of Malaysia. I come from a country which has been going through much worse times than Malaysia from that point of view.
You all have seen a lot more changes.
Italy, we are at, next GE will be what, GE 15 or 16? I think it's 16.
Yeah, 16. Yeah.
16. GE in Italy, we are already at 3-digit. All right?
Wow.
And Malaysia is only 11 years younger than Italy.
Wow.
So,
what a difference, yeah. Okay. So from your context, you have an outsider's view, right? What do you think Malaysians take for granted right, in their life, in the economy, the environment that they live in? that we live in?
Taking for granted, not really much, kind of. What I would say that we all, including me, the Malaysian Masale, we all need to be a bit more consistent in our action. The government, which comes with fantastic planning, lack a bit in execution, improve the execution, that will do a lot. And then, as you were saying, change the mindset on the stimulus. How to stimulate further growth, not through hands out, but through real incentive package, moving towards the advancement of higher wages, higher productivity, and so on. All right, that is a bit what Malaysia needs. It's just a small step. We are 99% on the dot, honestly.
Yeah.
And as I'm saying, my approach to Malaysia back in '98 has always been humble. I'm not here to teach anything. I am here to share what I know, and I would like you to share with me what you know. And I'm sure that what you share, I have something to learn about it. So this kind of approach, going along more in a much better way with locals than foreigners. I've been never a member of expatriates community or these kind of things. I love mamak, mamak food. I like roti canai. I am durian crazy. So really very much incorporated in the local culture.
Beautiful.
Malaysian and Italian, we are the same. The rest of the world eat to live. We live to eat.
Yeah, so that's why you're so well integrated with our culture.
I love here.
And the fusion, right?
Yeah.
So within the context of Malaysia, and I've read that you're very much into SDG and ESG, right? How is Malaysia in terms of embracing that and the progress in it?
Well, at high level, publicly listed company, GLCs, government are, I would say, more than decently committed. The main point is there has not been a top-down type of action taken to get people to embrace. All right, very simple action such as plastic straw, just stop production of it. There are global brands that are still using the plastic straw, which I am horrified about. I say, how come? I mean, you are providing non-plastic straw in other countries because of local regulation. So that means you are doing it forced. It's not something that you make your willing, your mission, your legacy. All right, you do it only where you need to. That is a very wrong approach. You should do it wherever you need to do it, and because you want to do it. Now, our government again has been setting up a very good blueprint on adoption of ESG framework, and we are performing pretty well in SDG. We are, let's say, slightly above the world average. What we need now is educate the population on how, point one, what is going to happen if we don't do something. Point two, what I must do. And point three, what I can do more. Saving water, avoid plastic are just very basic messages. Plus, becoming more open-minded on inclusiveness. Start looking at a balance between men and women in your business, in your corporation, in your societies, in your associations, everywhere. There should be same opportunities given.
So when you're talking about opportunities, right, I'm sure there's also a lot of proponents out there. Well, what about meritocracy? right? It's like if we rely purely on be it race or gender and just based on like the statistics of equality in terms of the number or percentages, would certain companies or certain industries compromise in terms of the meritocracy, the output, just because they are going for those numbers?
Again, is all based on corporate culture. And when I say corporate, I say, let me say so actually, everyone culture. Because even the micro SME should have a corporate culture. When I started working, late 70s, there were no website. And there was no public declaration of mission and vision. Then, 80s and 90s, oh yes, the very first mission vision concept came up. And nowadays, you don't have only mission and vision. You have mission, visions, values, openness, transparency, governance. All this is the perfect playground for a meritocratic concept to be played in without politics, which are actually killing the proper application of an ESG-driven corporate environment.
Okay. So are you more of a proponent for free markets or more top-down, as you mentioned, authoritative, say, legislated environment?
Okay, market has to be free. Shouldn't be controlled by the government. What the government should be driving are the guidelines, direction. Direction with the tools to boost the action of the market. I give you an example. For instance, we want to attract more FDI. All right? Well, this means that we need to be extremely open to foreigners. How to be extremely open to foreigners? By reinstating all the statistical documentation, reporting, and so on, bilingual. Not having them only in, with all the due respect for Bahasa Malaysia, of course. But again, we need to be open to foreigners that don't speak Bahasa Malaysia.
Yep.
And the international language in business is English. So that approach needs to be changed a bit. A more proactive type of action within the enforcement of the beautiful blueprint should be taken, where meritocracy should be coming into the play. You do your part, you get a premium.
That's right. Yeah.
You don't get a premium. Kind of.
Yeah. Okay. So as we hit towards the end of our session, right? How would you sell Malaysia? The Malaysian dream or the property, in Malaysia.
Well, in property, if I need to sell the Malaysian property, I will just say, look at the ratio between per capita income and value of property in the 15 main countries surrounding Malaysia. Malaysia is the one with the lowest ratio. Translated, is the country where property will appreciate the most in the next 20, 25 years, 30 years. Remember, I said property is a long-term game, it's not a short-term game. So that is definitely one of the points. It's a very safe country. Come. Is super safe, really very well regulated, very well managed, very safely managed, and is a very open-minded country. The basic multicultural, multi-race concept, the diverse environment here is the demonstration of how open-minded are Malaysians. So I would say in Southeast Asia, no doubt. 25 years ago I chose Malaysia. Today I still choose Malaysia.
Wow. Thank you very much, Dr. Daniele Gambero. He is the Proponomist. If you want to find him, you can connect with him on LinkedIn,
Yes.
right? And of course, do check out his YouTube videos as well. Glad to have you on our show, and we hope to see more of you. If you love to hear more from the Proponomist, type it into the comments, and perhaps we'll bring him back on in another segment. Thank you very
Absolutely.
much, everybody.